Terrible for burning your dick. All right, so we're gonna check, make sure everything's clear. You got an empty magazine, empty chamber. You can verify. I'll verify on you. You're empty. All right, so slide forward. We're gonna put we're dominant hand, right-handed, both of us. We'll put our left foot a little bit forward. So you're just gonna kind of stand with your left just slightly, shoulder width apart, a little bit forward. You're gonna kind of bend into it. You don't want straight knees. You don't want bent knees. We're not like gonna lean way into it. We just kind of stand here, bent knees. We're gonna put our shoulders and our chest square to what we're shooting at. We're gonna grab with one hand. We want to put our webbing as high in our hand as we can on that Glock. We're gonna wrap our fingers around, keep our fingers straight and off the trigger. On our other hand, we're gonna grab. There's John Level talks about it. When he talks about it, he talks about coming up and grabbing and wrapping as you're coming up. And all you're doing is you literally wrap around the bottom with your thumbs both pointed forwards. Your right thumb doesn't matter as much. It can kind of hang out to the side. I'm gonna lock both shoulders forward, maybe a little bit of a bend in my elbows, and I'm gonna look down my sights, make my sight picture, square it up across the top, center my dot in the front. And as I get there, as soon as I get picture, I'm gonna slowly press the trigger back to the back and squeeze and hold it, and it's gonna cycle.
It doesn't matter where the thumb is?
So, all right, so this thumb, you can shoot this gun all day with that thumb doing this. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So my biggest thing with this is this support hand is gonna bury into it.
Okay.
And it's a support hand. It's supporting what this hand's doing. It's
okay.
not my weak hand, it's my support hand. So when I shoot, I want this thumb pointed forward. This one can do whatever the F it wants. It doesn't matter. And as I squeeze that trigger to the rear, this can hang it, like I said, it can hang tight. But as you're doing that, you want to keep that grip. It's not so much like you're dominating with one hand or the other, but you are supporting it through it.
I got you. Am I pulling back a bit with this hand or not really?
So it's not really that you're pulling Here, let me see your pistol. I'm gonna set it down. So, let me see your wrist. If I put your wrist straight for me. All right, I'm gonna grab your wrist. I grab it like this, right? I got pretty good grip on it.
Yeah.
If I come in and I wrap on top of it,
yep.
I'm not really pushing and pulling as much as I'm locking it in.
I got you.
I'm just kind of camming over almost.
Yeah.
Like that thumb cams into that pistol, and that's what locks it in more so.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
It's the same thing like if you're doing one-handed and you come up, if you're gonna cam, you kind of cam that shoulder up a little bit, it'll lock that more rigidity into it. Where you can. But yeah, shoulder width apart, one foot slightly in front of the other. You get a slight bend to your knees, get your chest squared to what you're shooting at. You're gonna come in and present. Take that left thumb and point it straight forward. You want that left thumb riding down the side. There's a spot right here, and on some guns they have a ledge. You want that just setting right in there.
Okay.
And that's gonna and like I said, as you do it, you're gonna kind of cam that. It's easier to do it once you feel the grip. You cam that thumb into that pistol.
It does feel like I've got a good hold on it.
All right, so you're out of battery right there. Try again. You're good. I think you cycled. And that could just be ammo, that could be grip. We'll get into it more. You're out of battery again. Let me run a couple rounds through it. Just need shot. We're stripping the gun down, that's what we're getting ready to do. I'm wondering if that has to do with that laser we put in.
Just in the recoil rod,
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a spring and rod because it's a Gen 4. Yep, I think it's that spring. Everything's clean looking. Wish I had some oil. So it's a slide, barrel, and recoil spring. We're looking to see if there's any oil, excessive oil, gumming, or anything on any of the parts. Since we're getting hang-ups, we weren't going to full lock. And that is, what number is on that? 30274. I think that's the right number if I remember. You have your 17, your 4's on you, isn't it? Your Gen 4? You remember what your ejector number is? It's the one I changed out, isn't it? That's the new ejector.
The old one or the new one?
The new ejector. I think that's the same one. I'm wondering if he's got the different ejector too. Yep, we're good. Now I was going after the ejector to see if maybe we had a clips there. Let me see if I've got any oil. I don't think I do.
We'll let you have one.
Hey, you want to pop my rifle case and see? I don't think I've got any in there, but that's probably a better chance I've got it in there. I even looked at that Slip 2000 earlier and thought I ought to throw it in there. Justin, you know how many rounds you've shot through this even?
Total?
Yeah. Well, have you? Do you know how many since we put that laser in it?
Probably 100.
Has it had that issue since? Okay. Yeah. It seems clean. It should run dry. You can leave it out. I'll shoot it later. We could swap springs. Yeah, they're both Gen 4s. We could swap springs and see if that's the issue. Well, it might be interesting because that has that laser lock in it. Yeah, it's a different weight. I can feel it. Get your ears.
Okay.
I think it's in that spring.
That's it.
I didn't do it one time. So we put that laser guide rod in your pistol. It's been 6 months or whatever ago. And the spring rates on them are going to be different just because that's a multi-coil spring. If you compare them, it's a multi-stage spring versus a single stage spring. So you have different rates. The spring rates might vary depending upon what they actually put in it from the manufacturer. And I don't remember what a 17 is even supposed to be. But not that it's necessarily a bad thing. You just may need to shoot it more to get it broke in. Which is why they say shoot your gun before you trust your life with it.
Well, that spring's only going to get weaker, like if it's...
Which is what I think it needs. I think it's too stiff. I think that's why it's not bringing it to battery. It's holding it up right at lockout where your barrel's dropping back up into your frame.
I feel like that'd be the opposite.
I'm not arguing in that aspect because it does seem that. But my question is, it's hanging right there where it's coming into battery. I'm wondering if it's just enough that spring pressure's, and it might be too weak.
If you slide lock it and then just release it,
Goes.
it does.
Yeah. It's done it every time. I think that it's, well, this is your mag, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's try something different too.
Here, you want to load it?
No, I'm going to switch completely.
What's the thought process here? Where is it?
Just to eliminate other things too. The spring fixed it with your mag, so it's probably not your mag, but if we try it with a different mag, it might indicate that it's a mag issue, which has happened before. Fat thumbed it. Cycled that. Did you get some hot brass?
Yeah.
Did you get some hot brass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Try
that's
to put a hot barrel
It
against
must-
your
it
dick. It sucks.
my manliness, but I'm not good at 3 inches.
I think it's cycling now. We just have to blow the cobwebs off of it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
You don't need any more?
I don't think so. It ran even with that mag, so if it doesn't run with this, it
What's
could.
the magazine? Is it like a mag-pull one? Or
No, it's a Glock. I've never seen one have issues until they get old.
Really?
I think it's just like this one.
It's just a...
Like I've got a couple 19 mags that have swollen with time, that they don't clear, but they still shoot good. You just got to flip them. All right, we're gonna try again. I think it's running good. I locked it. Fat fingered it. Nope, we're good.
So you think it's the...
I think it just needs the cobwebs blown out of it. I think you're good. I did not think that initially. No, I think it hadn't shot for a bit. I'd say load up and try. You shoot a little bit and see if you notice a difference with it. But it went to full lock every time there. My fat ass sweating all over it.
What are you shooting next?
I'm gonna run it's a Glock 19X, I guess. This is what I'll shoot. We don't know how it'll run.